You touched upon it a bit before about some costs with will, and I think, you know, besides the point of thinking of your own demise and some of the time that it takes, but we both articulated they always feel better and when it's done. But sometimes people have a reservation with because they're like, well, how much is it going to cost? Oh my gosh, just a couple pieces of paper that I'm going to have to replace in a couple of years. Maybe speak to the cost, and because as you mentioned, there's also maybe some bargain things that people should be avoiding. Or great, you have it, but it might not be well set up. So what, like, tell me a little bit about the cost of a will, and I know it can all be different, but maybe some things to steer away from.
Yeah, I've mentioned will kits. They're online will kits. I'm sure if you put, make me a will with these clauses into ChatGPT, that it would give you something half decent. The benefit of when you're going to a lawyer to do a will, you're not getting their special words on a paper. Yeah. It's not the words on the paper. It's the conversation we have to figure out who should be the executor. Because you think, okay, well, I'll put my son as an executor. Okay, well, where does your son live?
Yeah.
If he's in the U.S., now we have tax issues.
Yes.
Yeah, he might be the right person, but maybe he doesn't get along with the rest of the family. Maybe his number one problem with his siblings is that he doesn't communicate. We don't want a non-communicator, irrelevant of their financial acumen, to be the executor of the estate. And those are conversations we have as I get to know you, and as I get to understand your family and the structure of your family. It's not my special words on the paper that make the will. It's the time we spend together that makes the will. And so my recommendation is put the time in, have the conversations. The best part about the estate planning is the conversation we have together. And that's usually about an hour and a half right at the beginning of first time meeting each other, where we're talking through everything. That's the nuts and bolts. After that, we draft the documents, we review them, make sure you understand them, and then you sign them.
Yeah.
Okay? Usually that process is 3 meetings. An intake meeting where we have that hour and a half conversation where we're really going through the nuts and bolts. And then we have a draft document that we review together. That can be done, all of this can be done remotely. It can be done in person. We can make it as easy as you'd like it to be. But that review meeting, we're really going through every line of the will, making sure that it makes sense. Our goal is to make it be plain language, not to have hereby, here they, legal jargon. We want it to be clear, concise, understandable for anybody that's reading it. And then the last meeting is very quick, 20 minutes, and we just sign the will.
Yeah.
Usually that process, if you're a couple, runs you between $1,900 and it can go up to $5,000 if it's very difficult, but usually the average family, under the 2,500 mark, between 1,900 and 2,500.
Yeah.
If you're, and that's for a will, power of attorney, and a personal directive,
Yes,
right? The whole 3. Yeah. If you're a single person, 1,100 to 1,700 or 2,000 maybe, if on the higher end, if depending on what the needs are in the situation.
Yeah. Well, you make a great point about like that they're paying for your time and your expertise. You mentioned before, like there can be, like you do bread and butter estate law, but because you do that and what you've seen, the right questions, because it's almost like you're helping people avoid mistakes. And it's the same with investments. We want to make people money, but a lot of our value with what they're paying us is more helping them avoid the big mistakes that people sometimes make when they try to do things on their own, or they try to go at a bargain, right?
Yeah.
And so that's a really good point is, there's some low-cost alternatives, but are they getting the expertise, some of them guiding them through how to actually know what to put in those documents? That's great.